Hello, this is Scarlett Storm, and you, my friends, are watching Bump in the Night TV.
Welcome to Bump in the Night TV's Thanksgiving special. I'm your host, Orson Hales, and with me is the guy who's eyeing all this food here, Bourbon Hitchcok. I don't know what that was. Was that supposed to be a turkey?
Yeah.
It's not what a turkey does.
What does it do? Go.
It says, hey, Orson, can I have some more money? That's what a turkey does.
It's our Thanksgiving special.
Yay, food.
Yay. Free food.
All right, so no political agenda here. We're not about the whole Pilgrims and Indians thing. This is about food, friends, and family, and what else?
Go.
Your line was killer food in movies.
That.
Yeah, what I said. You're worth every penny.
Yes.
All right, Bourbon. Would you like something to drink?
Yes, I would.
I've got this one already prepared for you.
Thank you
Enjoy.
very much.
All right. So we've got a huge spread here, and we've got pies, we've got wontons, chicken with that stuff on it, chicken and that stuff. I think there's some cookies, and of course there's whiskey and cigars.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Is this chicken or is that chow?
This is all chow.
Chow dog.
Oh. No. But you tried first. Just touch your grimy paws all over everything, and I know I got forks and everything. Gee, thanks for the hepatitis.
It's chicken.
Yeah, and that's hepatitis. Thanks for touching without washing your hands. You're nasty. All right, so starting with the topic tonight, killer food. And go. And keep talking because I'm eating.
What was that one movie about the killer tomatoes?
Killer tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Hold on here. You go.
Let's see here. We had Attack of Killer Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
There was one movie called The Slop. The Slop.
The Slop.
The Slop.
I've not seen The Slop. Tell me about The Slop.
1985. These kids that were they were out doing a movie venture. They was trying to make a homemade movie. They went out in this woods and it was an old minefield. And they found holes in the ground and it had this bubbly, like a residue stuff bubbling up off the ground. And actually one guy reaches over and sticks his finger in and tries it. And he says, wow, this stuff is great and it's sweet. So he come up with this brainchild of an idea to take this, and they put a bunch of it in a bucket and they took it to their families and friends and everybody loved it. So they started to put it in ice cream buckets and tried to market it as a calorie-free substitute to ice cream.
What was the name of the movie again?
The Slop.
It's called The Stuff. It's even on the container of the product. The Stuff. The Stuff.
You're fired. My intern set me up.
All right. So let's go back to Attack of Killer Tomatoes. Okay?
Okay.
One of the earliest films from the Troma company.
Mm-hmm.
Troma's put out things like The Toxic Avenger, Poultrygeist.
Poultrygeist.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you about that
All
one.
right.
I know that.
This is all from Troma. And they did, the early South Park had Cannibal the Musical.
Yes.
And these are all from the company that started with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
That is awesome.
All right, so what's your next one?
Poultrygeist.
Tell me about that one.
Poultrygeist. Girl, guy makes out. They both work. I think they was working at some little convenience store, and the guy was getting ready to go off to the military, and the girl was getting ready to go to college. Yes, I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Girl was getting ready to go to college. So boy leaves town and he doesn't get to go to the military. They kicked him out. They didn't take him. So he ends up going off to another city, getting an occupation. One day he says, I'm going to go back and see my own hometown. So he goes back to his old hometown, shows up, and this girl coming out of college ends up being a stuck-up little snob. Then they notice that the little cemetery where they were little making out and doing the whole entry of the movie to has now been bulldozed, and a guy builds a KFC knockoff right on top of it. And crazy stuff starts happening to people that eat the chicken there. They poop out eggs. The eggs crack. The chickens comes out of the egg, eats the person, turns them like a zombie style chicken.
So we've got aliens popping out like an aliens of the belly, and then they become zombies and stuff.
Yes.
This sounds fantastic. I love anything Trauma does.
Yeah.
So I was thinking thinner.
Didn't like it.
Well, I don't know if you like it or not, but like the scene with the pie at the end,
Mm-hmm.
that he wants his wife and the person she's cheating on with to eat,
Mm-hmm.
and then the daughter eats it and they all get the curse.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like traumatized me, like where I would not sneak into the fridge at night and steal slices of my mom's pie. Like, I don't know if this has got a gypsy curse on it or not.
Got to eat the pie.
All right, so what else you got?
Nothing.
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 Gingerbread man.
No.
Gingerbread man.
Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger Dead Man. Tell me about that
Good
one.
job.
Tell me about that one.
Didn't watch it.
That's fantastic. You always do your homework. I'm so proud of you. So, I believe Ginger Dead Man is probably a Full Moon or the company that bought out Full Moon afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the best thing about the fact that it's a demonic gingerbread man, it's voiced by Gary Busey.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Busey playing a evil gingerbread man.
That's
And
awesome.
you didn't want to watch that. You didn't want to watch Gary Busey be a gingerbread man that kills people on a killing spree.
I was busy.
Doing what? Spending my money?
Watching all the Puppet Master movies. So I would know about them.
All right, so tell me about him. Tell me about the Puppet Master movies. No, wait. They have nothing to do with food. This episode is about food. What about cannibals? You got any cannibal films? Oh, God. How about Hannibal Lecter from
Hannibal
Silence of the
Lecter.
Lamb?
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs. That's what I just said.
Oh, God. If cannibalism was illegal. So tell me about Hannibal Lecter. Who's Hannibal Lecter? What's he from?
Hannibal Lecter. He was from the novel wasn't called Silence of the Lambs. It was called something else, and I just can't remember it. I'm really performing today, ain't I?
Top notch. Okay, what about Cannibal Holocaust?
Cannibal Holocaust. Didn't watch it.
Do you even watch horror films? You're on a show about horror films. And you're like, I haven't seen it. Nope. Scroll, swap left, swap left. I haven't seen any of these films. So, Cannibal Holocaust is the film that they shot in the 70s that got in so much trouble because people believed they were actually killing and eating these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does this sound anything familiar at all?
Yeah.
You're such a liar.
And raping people.
There's no food for you. You lost all your food. It's coming over here with me and my bourbon. You like bourbon? You can have that. All right. So, yeah, this film was banned in countries. The people who starred in it had welfare checks done on them because they were going to arrest the director of the film because it looked so realistic.
Really?
Yeah. So, you got that going for them. What else? You got anything? Did you come up with anything when I gave you a break?
No.
No. Oh, God. Oh, the reason we're talking about killer food is because tonight we have some killer food.
Yes.
These pies are from Mama Crunk's Pies in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we recently took a field trip there. I tried to push Bourbon in the oven, but he wouldn't fit. Let's take a look at that footage now. All right, we're here with Mama Crunk's Pies and Catering. Tell us who you are.
I'm Mama Crunk, or Christine Nguyen, as my government name is. And this is Brittany.
I'm Brittany, her operations manager.
And Bestie.
And
Alright.
best friend.
Yeah.
So first question. The name, Mama Crunk's Pies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the number one question.
Okay.
In the early '80s, I think people remember like that, like crunk music was a thing.
Yeah.
And
Little John. And
everybody, and I think at the time I was working at Tower Records, and somebody gave me the moniker DJ Crunkstein, which got shortened to Crunk. And then when I went to culinary school, I was always like, anything I open, it's gonna be Mama Crunk something, because I was always that chick who was cooking for everyone when they were hungover the next day, and they got into Crunk, so hence Mama Crunk.
All right. So when did you decide that your campus was going to be pies?
So I never really grew up making pies. I did a little bit of it in culinary school and I loved it, but it wasn't until I had my daughter and I was on maternity leave that I just got interested in pies and I started making them. You can edit it out, sorry. Give me 1 second. And so I started making pies and I was terrible at it. All my first pies were terrible, but I was just really interested in it, so I kept making it.
So you proved you were a success to your daughter.
Uh-huh.
You go into your own business, right?
Yeah.
When did you figure out you needed help?
Probably by I cleared the first year, and at this point it was it's like your granny making jellies and going to the farmer's market, but I had dreams, I'm a millennial. I'm like, I'm gonna
it's an empire.
yeah, I'm gonna get out of this capitalist scheme. I'm not gonna work for all these corporate, hoo-ha's. So I did that for a year, and I, at this point, finally moved out of my tiny little Brainerd kitchen and was running a commissary kitchen right down the road. And yeah, I think I got the opportunity. I hired Dia, I guess it was almost 2 years ago, to just help me keep up with some wholesale orders and bigger markets. And then we moved into a place temporarily where we were gonna have our first we call it our baby retail storefront, because we were sharing a space with a coffee shop. So I hired her. We just kind of knew each other because our kids went to daycare together. And we were always the two cool moms. We would cross paths.
Yeah, we'd be like, she wears a lot of black. I wear a lot of black. We should talk.
Yeah,
but we didn't know how.
Yeah, we were like, she's too cool. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So no formal kitchen training, just trial and error, and no schooling.
Oh no, I went to culinary school.
Oh really?
And I went to it was the Art Institute of Washington. They have schools all over the place. But yeah, I went to culinary school. I spent about a decade in the culinary industry. So I never thought I would do baking, I'll say. I always thought I was gonna, be on the line and get yelled at until I started yelling at people. Or being high enough where I started yelling at people. Then I got to a point where I could, maybe think about doing that. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to yell at people in my kitchen. So we don't do that in our kitchen.
So would you consider your crew a well-oiled army or a pirate crew?
We're very piratey. Yeah, we're very crusty. We're very crusty. We've had to deal with a lot of weird changes and because we're just. What were you saying the other day? It's if this didn't happen anymore, it'd be hard to go back to
real.
Not to say that it's not
to
real.
real work. That's how I feel.
Because she comes in and she's like, "Girl, what are we doing today?" And I'm
Yeah.
I tell her we don't have to go through all this bullshit of here's your HR, blah 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 blah, and and you have all this training so people can still shit on you. It's a respectful and I don't know. We're all really good friends who understand that we got lives. And
What's the favorite pie that you like to make? Your personal favorite?
Oh man, you don't ask the dude at McDonald's what's your favorite thing to make at McDonald's.
What is his thing.
Yes, you
The
do.
easiest thing with the most profit. That's my favorite to make.
Here you go.
So, we can try to tie it in with like food and horror films.
Okay.
One scene, I don't know if it sticks in with you guys because of what you do. The end of Thinner.
I never saw that. I know of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's a pie.
Okay.
And he has to pass the curse on by bleeding into the pie and then getting somebody to eat the pie.
Oh.
And he has found out that his wife is cheating on him. He slides her the pie. He gets up next door and there's 2 plates. And that's when his daughter from college has come to visit and she had a slice too.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I remember this vaguely. I think I watched it last year for the first time.
It's a great Thanksgiving day.
And he went for the double banger there. He invited her, the guy she was cheating with, to come over and eat pie with him.
Oh,
And so
I
he
see.
gave him a slice.
Uh-huh. The tea.
And we're back from that field trip bourbon. Did you have time to think about any more films?
No.
Oh, God. All right. What about What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
That wasn't a horror movie.
I didn't know if you knew or not. I was going to try and BS you. All right. All right. So you got Thanksgiving, which is a horror film centered around Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
It's strictly direct-to-video schlock, and it's fantastic. It's like lower than Troma, I believe, but it's just trashy goodness that everybody should see and drink booze with while they watch on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, anything? Bueller? Have some food. Have some
I'm
food.
good.
You're good. Have a wonton.
Now I have a wonton.
Well, those are dumplings, so you don't get to have.
I could double it.
All right, so we got Ice Cream Man with Clint Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep chewing. You're chewing. He can't talk because he's chewing. He knows. He's seen the movie. So Clint Howard plays a ice cream man who loses his mind and goes on a killing spree. And there's a really great, horrible, cheesy scene where he has an ice cream cone with somebody's severed head on it. Much like what I'm going to do for you for not doing any of your homework. So, we've got Clint Howard, who is...
Ice Cream Man.
Who's he related to?
Ron Howard.
Oh, we got one. Ron Howard. So, I think we should pump the show. What am I supposed to do with these?
Okay. Everybody that watches this, we're giving away decals.
You're making
All
my
you gotta
wallet
do-
scream.
All you got to do is comment in the comments below. And we'll private message you individually and get your information.
And list your favorite killer food film. And for everyone you find, I will punch Bourbon in the face for not having an answer for anything. So they're supposed to subscribe, like, and...
Subscribe, like, and subscribe.
and we got merchandise with like our logos on the shirt and stuff like that. It'll help pay for poor Mama Bourbon's medical bills.
Yeah.
And so for tonight, to kill you, I have got you a cursed gypsy pie to try. Have a slice, Bourbon.
No, thank you.
Have a slice.
No, thank you.
I insist.